guys? It's Dean with Manful Yoga. This is easy hip flexibility in 10 minutes. Right? Sounds cool. Alright, so we're going to start off just by warming up the hip flexors. Take 25 air squats. So just arms straight out, pull your arms into your shoulders. Keep your core nice and strong here. So your tailbone is going to reach down to the ground. So you're taking this tilt out of your body from here, bringing your hips forward under your body, and then lifting your chest up. So I've got a nice strong engaged core here. Arms out, plug the arms into the shoulders. 25 squats just like this, just to warm the body up. So you don't need to go ass to grass here. This isn't a CrossFit gym. This is just warming up your hip flexors. Make sure that you're keeping your knees somewhat behind your toes. You don't want to go all the way forward here so that your feet come off the ground. Keep your feet planted nicely. Dropping the weight into your heels. You can actually bring your toes off the ground here too if you want to engage some more muscles. Keep your arms plugged in your shoulders, and again, my core is still strong. Come back all the way up to a standing position. So the point of this is just to warm up. If you're already warmed up, you can skip this. If not, I'd suggest doing it. From here, let's assume I've done 25. Start at the top of the mat, wherever you are, top of the grass, whatever it is. Step your right foot to the back, lower the right knee, untuck the back foot. Press into your left foot, and then press your right knee down into the ground, and then squeeze those muscles toward one another. So squeeze your right knee toward your left ankle, and the tendency here is for you to want to kind of come forward on the left knee. So your left hip's actually going to come back, the right hip comes forward, and then that little pelvic tilt that we did at the beginning, same thing happens here. So reaching your butt down to the ground, and then sitting up taller through your chest. So you notice my core is engaged here, and that happens because I'm reaching my butt down to the ground. I'm lifting up through my chest, pressing through my feet, and then squeezing my right ankle to my my right knee toward my left ankle. And then I reach the arms up, turn my arms so that the palms face backward, and then with my biceps wrapping around toward the back, I'm actually working on opening up the upper back as well. So this is a very, as are most poses in yoga, this is a very, multi-use, multi-function pose. From here, lower your hands down, tuck your back feet, straighten the back leg. And notice how the tendency here is you really want to pick up here. Try and fight that. Relax your hips down. Keep this back leg really strong. So if you notice that your knee starts to sink down, keep it strong. That's going to help you get the flexibility here in the hip flexors. Come to your fingertips, bring your chest off your thigh, and you're going to try and make a perfect line from your heel to your head. Notice how there's no wrinkles in my neck. All the pressure here is going to be, or not all of it, but a lot of it's going to be in this front leg. A lot of it's going to be in the back leg too, because I've got that leg strong, heel pressing back. And then from here, you can move into a little bit of a twist. So keep your right hip lifted up here, and then reach your left hand up, open your chest up to the left side. So now we're working on the hip flexibility, also working on getting a nice twist in your spine. And then lower down. Lower the back knee, untuck the back foot, shift your hips back, flex your toes toward your face and your left leg. Bring your left hand to your left hip, the front of your left hip, pull it back, and then you can squeeze your core here to lengthen your lower back. So as you compress the core, your lower back lengthens, and you can get your head closer to your outstretched left leg. Toes still flex back toward your face. Quads still engaged tight so that you're lengthening the back of your leg. And from here, come back to the lunge position. Tuck the back toes, straighten the back leg, engage your core. So I say that all the time, but pretend you're doing a crunch here. So crunch your abs in, just like that. Butt comes down, so you're reaching your butt under your body kind of, and then reach your arms up all the way. And this is just called a high lunge. Heels pressing toward the back, core, again, pulling, core engaged to pull your tailbone down to the ground, so lengthening your spine, which is a huge part of yoga, strengthening your spine, creating a healthy spine, and then lift your arms straight up. And instead of puffing your chest out to get your arms up like this, bring it forward and then reach your arms back. Biceps face backward, palms face back. Sit down a little bit lower. Knee should be over the ankle on the front foot. Back leg is still straight and strong by squeezing these thighs tight. So your quads are engaged almost all the time. Bring your hands to your center. Lower your hands back down. Step your right foot up to meet your left foot. Step your left foot to the back. Lower down. Untuck the back foot. Squeeze your right foot toward your left knee. Press into your right foot. Get tall. And then reach your butt down. Engage your core. And lift up through your chest. Bring your arms up. Palms face back. Bend a little bit more to the front knee. Knee is over the ankle. And then once you get there, press up through the foot, to the right foot. So you're getting a little deeper stretch in the hip flexor. Still squeezing your left knee toward your right ankle. So it's an active stretch, it's not passive. Arms reaching back, stacking over in line with your hips. And then lower your hands down. Tuck the back toes, straighten the back leg. Lift your right hand up. Gentle twist here. Tendency here is for this knee to want to splay out, so keep pressing down firmly through the right foot. Left hip raises just a little bit to keep your hips even. And then look up at your right hand. Lengthen your neck away from, so reaching your head away from your shoulders, and then look up so you're not compressing your neck here. Relax your right arm just a little bit so that it plugs into the shoulder blade. And then look up. Keep the legs strong. Lower your hands back down. Lower the back knee down. Walk your right foot forward a few inches and then shift your hips back. Stacking your hips on top of the back knee. Flex the toes toward your face. Squeeze the quad. Relax your upper body. So getting into the hamstrings now. Squeeze the quad. That's going to help you draw your upper body down more and stretch out the hamstring more. So squeezing the top part of your thigh. Toes still flex back toward your face. So you're getting the calf muscle here. And you want to think about plugging your right leg into your right hip socket here. That's going to stretch the lower back. And then come forward. Tuck the back toes. Stack the knee over the hip. Crunch your core, just like you're doing, just like you're doing a crunch. Lift your arms up. Come up all the way. Relax your hips down a little bit. Make sure that your butt is under your body. So you're stacking everything on top of your butt. And your core is engaged, so your back is straight. So it's this constant struggle between bending a little bit more and then re-engaging the core even a little bit more, so you're protecting your back. You just want to make sure that you're not kind of crunching into your spine like that, right? You want to keep a nice flat back, and that's what protects your spine. That's what helps people with lower back problems a lot. And then reach your arms up, biceps face back. Sit down a little lower, and then again, you got to bring your hips forward a little bit more. So your butt a little bit more under your body, core still super engaged. Bring your hands to center, lower back down, step your left foot up to meet your right foot. Forward fold, meaning release your upper body, bend your knees, let your head and neck relax, maybe get a little bit of a hamstring stretch here. But the main point of this is to release your lower back. So making your spine as long as possible. It helps to actually look up at your belly button here so that you're making your cervical spine, your neck, as long as possible as well. And then inhale up to a flat back. So coming up halfway, making your back as flat as possible. You need to bend your knees to keep a flat back here. That's fine. Just make sure that you're not straightening your legs and then having this, this round to your back. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Press your hands into your shins. Reach your head forward, away from your shoulders. Keep your neck relaxed so that there's no wrinkles in your neck. And then forward fold once more. Release your head and neck. Look up at the belly button. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Palms touch. Look up. And exhale, bring your hands to the center. So one kind of final pose. Again, this is just really quick, just to work on hip flexibility if you have 10 minutes. Spread your legs. Point the toes out to the side. It kind of looks like you're about to do the haka, the New Zealand rugby team war dance. Toes point out to the side. Your heels point as much toward one another as you can. If you can't get it to 90 and 90, then facing a straight line, don't worry about it. You can take your feet out a few inches or a few degrees. Bring your arms to your chest engage the core, so bring your butt under your body once more, and then start to sit down. This is really working on the hip flexors. Reach your knees out to the side, reach your chest up, and then reach your hips forward. And then sit down as low as you can here, while keeping your butt as much as you can under your shoulders. So making sure that your core is engaged, that you have a flat back, chest reaches up, shoulders relaxed. And then hold that for 10 breaths, however long you want, to really get into the hip flexibility. If you're tired, this is going to be difficult, but it's very beneficial and you'll feel a lot better after you do it. Come back up to standing. Bring your feet in. Forward fold all the way down. And so now we're getting to the opposite. So we just did hip flexors. Now we'll do the hamstrings. Spread your feet 6 inches. Bring your index fingers to the insides of your big toes. Elbows come out to the side. Bend your knees so that your chest touches your thighs. Reach your head toward the ground. And then use your bicep strength to pull your toes toward your face and start to reach your hips up. So if you're not warm, if you're not very warm right now, if you're in a cold environment, this is not something that I recommend doing to your utmost potential, your utmost strength. You're going to get the benefits of this pose regardless of how hard you are doing it. So just try and focus on keeping your chest touching your thighs and using your bicep strength to pull your head a little bit closer to your toes. And then release. Bring your feet back together. Come back up to a standing position. One more thing to work on hip flexibility. Lay down on your back. Bring your knee in toward your chest. Bring your arms to the back of your thigh. Press your right knee forward. Keep your toes flexed. Relax onto your back as much as you can. And then have this stretch work on all the little muscles in your hips. So stretching those out. And then you can switch legs after you've gotten your fill of that one. Roll onto your back again. Flex the toes. So keep the toes reaching up, away from or toward the calf. Bring your hands under your thigh. Pull it back. You can relax your neck here if you want. The more you press your left knee forward here, the deeper the stretch will be. You can also pull your right leg in a little closer and you'll feel a deeper stretch. And then when you're done with that, come out of it the same way you came in. And that's it. So that's maybe, 10 minutes? 10 minutes to more flexible hips, to feeling better. And I don't know, if you don't have 10 minutes to work on your hip flexors, then I don't know, what's your excuse, you know? But thanks for watching. Dean, Manful Yoga, Facebook.com/Manful Yoga, the YouTube channel @Manful Yoga. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Cheers.